Recently, I've been seeing a lot of videos on GoHighLevel about selling one website to all your agency clients. But how are they actually doing this? Well, for the last 2 years, I've actually been running my own web design agency strictly on GoHighLevel. It's actually a lot of truth about the one website method. I use this method all the time with my own agency clients. So let me show you my 3-step framework that I use from building a master template all the way to how to clone it and deploy it to clients within minutes. So the first thing we have to do is build a solid template because we're going to be selling these to all of our clients. So it has to be really good. So there's 4 components that you must have in order to have a really good template. The first one is you have to build something that's easy and quick to edit. Let me show you 3 examples of how I did this. So this is one of my master templates I created in GoHighLevel. This is what it looks like. And I wanted to show you this section because this section I can quickly edit with just a couple clicks. Like within 10 seconds, the section looks completely different niche, completely different type of client. So this is what it looks like right now, but with a change of a couple words and this video, the section looks completely different and it can work for, let's say, landscaping. So we just changed this word right here, the landscaping, and then the video, and the whole section just looks great. This took me less than like 10 seconds. Now another section I want to show you that I built with this in mind, I want it to be easy to edit, is this section right here. So take a look at this one, and this is what I turned it into with just changing a couple words and just swapping the photo, and then the website looks really good, but it just works for a different type of niche. Now we're talking about like landscaping for this example. Here we're talking about solar. Change the photo and this literally took me like 30 seconds. And here's the final section I wanted to show you. We built this and it's very easy to edit and it looks great. So this is what it looks like for the solar template that I was showing you. Now, if we were to change that into landscaping, I can just change city, the niche, and then just the stats very quickly. Like 10 years of business, 400 happy clients, and then the photo in the middle. Everything looks the same, but we just changed it within like 30 seconds as well. So this is what I'm talking about. When you're building a template, make sure that it's easy to edit so that you can replicate it. So that's step 1. Now, the second thing that is very important when you're building your template is this template has to work for any color, brand, or logo combination that a client might have. So let's say in this scenario, we have this color right here with the yellow. So if I go here to services, we can actually just keep everything the same, all the colors the same. But then the thing that I would change is just this accent color. I would just make it yellow. Let's just say. Now, it might not be this specific yellow, but I'm just showing you very quickly. The template still fully works. We don't have to rebuild it or anything like that. We just change the accent color very quickly, but everything else can stay the same. The footer is black. It still works with the logo, the black and white, the fonts, the light gray. Everything still works. But when you're building your template, think about what if somebody came in with a red logo? That's fine. It still works. We're going to keep everything the same. And then just the accent subtle colors around the template, we're just going to change them to a different color. So let's say I go to the contact us. This would stay the same, but I would just change this color right here to a different color. If it was this one, or if it was blue, or if it was light gray, whatever color your client has, it'll just be a quick change. Everything else can stay the same. Now, the third thing that is very important is the key functionality of your template, because when you clone this, you want to make sure that it works for every single niche or type of business that you're going after. So one of the things you'll notice is for local businesses, a lot of times they have the get free estimate feature. So we built it in. We know a lot of businesses, whether it's solar, landscaping, roofers, they need a free estimate. Another key functionality that you should build into your template is stuff like this. Stuff where if I scroll down, guiding you every step of the way. This could be called how we help you in 4 easy steps. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Most businesses that we go after usually have a process of how they work with their clients. 4-step process, it could be a 3-step process. So we just built it into a template. Now all we have to do is just change the copy and replace the text. Very simple. But this is built into the template so we can use it for every type of niche, every type of client that comes through the door with the same template. Another example of key functionality would be something like common questions, FAQ, those kind of stuff. We just have it built in. All we have to do is replace the questions and it still works for every single niche. So like, how long does solar panels last? We could change this question. Let's say if it was landscaping, how often do I need my lawn mowed? Just change the copy, but this section still works. So we're keeping everything the same, but we're making it work for every single niche. And the 4th component your website should have is that it has to be premium. It has to be better than anything out there, anything other web design agencies could offer your clients. So I'm going to show you some examples of this. And this is the small details that are going to make a big difference. The subtle effects that we create on the buttons, I scroll down, the way you build your sections, the layouts, the animations right here. When you hover, it's interactive, so it looks really clean. Showing this to clients, it's just going to give you that edge. It's going to be that cherry on top. I'm going to show you a different one. This is another master template that we created, but there's like subtle effects, good user experience that we built into it. And doing this, even though it's going to take a bit more extra time, it's going to be very worth it, because once you start cloning and deploying, all the custom effects, all the extra effort you put in is going to be replicated to all your clients. So these sort of effects, good user experience, stuff that is going to take you a tiny bit more time, but it's going to pay off in the future. Okay, now you know how to build your template. Let's say you've already built your master template, but how do you deploy to a client in, let's say, 10 or 20 minutes? How do you do it quickly and efficiently? I'm going to show you my process. This is actually the template that I was showing you, but we actually built 8 of them. So we have different niches. We have them ready to go. Like if I click on the solar one, all the pages are built out. I'm going to show you the restaurant one. Like we have a restaurant template as well that we've deployed to different clients, landscaping template. But how do we deploy these templates very quickly to a new client? Okay, so step number 1 is, as soon as you get a client, you have to request a bit of info so that you can take that info and plug it into the template and build it very quickly. Now, from experience, you want to ask as little info as you can, but just enough that you can build the website. Because if you're asking too much info from clients, it's just going to get hard. When it's too much work on your client's end, they might not get back to you for a long time. It's just going to slow down their process. For us, what this means is logos. You have to get their logos, any photos they have. And honestly, if they don't have photos, a lot of times should be fine. I'm going to show you where you can find really good photos. The next thing you have to ask is like details about their business. So location, like where's their service areas, what type of services they offer, just broadly, like if it's a landscaping business, are they doing commercial work? Is it residential? What type of services they offer? Just like broadly, just so you can build a website. And then like little details like business hours. Now, if they already have a website or they're already on Google My Business, there's 2 things you can find on there. So location, service areas, and business hours. The easiest way to request this is just over email, or build a quick form where you can ask these 5 questions very quickly. People fill it out and you get the responses right away. Keep it simple and do it fast. Faster you can do this from the point you close a client, the more likely you're going to get it faster and build the website and deploy it. So let's go back to GoHighLevel, and I'm going to show you the next step, which is starting to edit the template. How do we deploy this thing in 20 minutes or less? So I'm going to go to my template. I'm going to edit. And the first thing I'm going to do is just swap the logos. There's 2 places I need to swap the logos, and it's the header and the footer. So I'm going to click on it. This should take less than 30 seconds. Just find the logo. I'm going to do like agency. This is the logo that we're going to change it into. Let's just say it's this one right here, just as an example. Let's scroll down all the way down to the footer, and I'm going to do the same logo right here. So I'm going to do this one right here. There we go. Easy. Less than 30 seconds. Step 2 is going to be replacing the photos. Already have them preloaded. They're ready to go. There's like 3 photos on this page, some on the other pages. If your client gave you photos, that's cool. Use their photos. But if they didn't give you any photos, just go over to pexels.com and just type your niche. So for this one, I typed landscaper. We found a bunch of photos from landscaping. We can just do landscaping as well. It's going to give you a tons of photos. Let's say this was like roofing. It's going to give you photos on roofers, stuff that you can use on the website. Just download them, and then we're going to add them very quickly. This should take us maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So I'm going to show you very quickly. So let's say this one right here, I'm just going to click on it, and I'm just going to click on this one. Let's say now, as you can see, the template still makes sense. Everything still looks really good, but we just changed the photo. Now that's one of them. Let's say I wanted to change this one right here. I'm just going to click on it, and I'm just going to swap it for this one right here. That's the cool thing about building like a template that works with any type of niche. As you saw, I just changed from solar to landscaping, and the template still looks really solid. And so just download the photos. This took me like literally 30 or 45 seconds. The website is looking really good. Now this is the part that takes a little bit longer. This is step 3, and it's going to be changing the copy. How do we change the copy of the template as quickly as possible so that we can launch the website? We've already taken care of the logos and the photos. The last thing is going to be changing the copy. So I'm going to show you how we'll change this from solar to landscaping. What we're going to do is we're going to use ChatGPT to assist us with the heavy lifting, which is going to be changing the copy from solar to landscaping. So I created this prompt, and it's very simple. You can just copy paste it. All you have to do is change the middle section. So, hey Chad, I'm building a website for a client, but I have the layout. All I have to do is swap to their actual services niche info. Here's their info. So this is my imaginary client that I just came up with, which is a residential landscaping business. These are the services they offer: mowing, irrigation, planting, artificial turf. Here is the area, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and then other info. Any additional info that your client gives you, just plug it in here at the bottom. 10 years in business, 400 happy clients, whatever it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed ChatGPT one section at a time. I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is the first section. So what I'm going to do is copy paste this into chat. And what this is going to do is just swap the copy. There we go. So we're just going to copy, and I'm just going to replace this Miami, Fort Lauderdale. We're going to make this bold. That's it. And then the second thing that I changed is this right here. There we go. And I'm just going to make it bold. That's it. Now let's move on to the next section. Let's take this one right here as an example, how we help. So I'm just going to copy this entire thing, copy it back into ChatGPT. There we go. So it just spit out the entire thing back at me. So I'm just going to copy paste this and then put it back on the template. So let's say paste. There we go. That's easy. Then the next thing we're going to do is this line right here, which should be this one right here. Let's say like you take their Google reviews and it was like 4.7 out of 5. Then you just do the math and just change it. Or you could do like 4.7 out of 5 Google reviews, you know, just very quickly. But this is how we're changing entire sections with the new copy, with the new service area, all that stuff, just using ChatGPT. Okay, so let's say you keep going through section by section, you're feeding it the info and Chat's spitting out the new info, and then your website is ready to go. There's one final thing that we have to do before we launch the website, and that's going to be the SEO metadata right here. So as you can see, there's a bit of content that we're going to need to swap for each page. And the prompt that I like to give Chat is just take all that info that you already have and just give me the SEO metadata for GoHighLevel website for these pages and just feed them in. So if you have home, about, contact, services, free estimate, just type in your pages and then let it just give it back to you. So here we go. SEO title for the homepage, metadata. So we're just going to copy and paste this. So this is the homepage. So I'm just going to change the title and I'm going to change the description right here. There we go. And we're going to hit save. Then you would go into a services page, the about page, and you would just change them one by one. But all in all, this should be very quickly if you're using AI to help you with the copywriting. That's how you change the entire template. It honestly took me like 5 minutes. I know I didn't do the entire website, but you get my point. Should have taken like 10 to 20 minutes to change the entire website. And so now I wanted to show you real life examples from actual clients we've done this to. I want to show you what this actually looks like. Here's 3 different clients. They're all using our Solar Master template. I want to show you what this looks like in real life. I'm going to blur some of this stuff, but this is a template. This is what it looks like. And now let me show you a marketing agency that we deployed this template to. It's the same template, same layout, completely different niche. These are the exact same sections. We've just customized them a bit. Everything looks the same. Now check out this section right here, the 4 steps of how we help you. This is their business name, guiding you every step of the way. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps: discovery, call, plan, design, build and launch, review and improve. And then with the solar template, here's the 4 steps: solar assessment, paperwork, all this stuff, installation. It's the same template. We just customized it and it fits their business. Now this section right here, which was the video, we did something similar as well. So if you remember in this one right here, we have kind of a video of the roofs with the solar panels. They did something similar, a video of the office with this stuff right here. And that right there that I showed you is just one of 8 templates that we've actually built in GoHighLevel. If you want to check them out, I linked them in the first link in bio, but you can just get them and start deploying them to your own clients if you didn't want to build your own.